Good morning. I thought it might be time for another tip of the week. You know, this morning what I'd like to talk about is the health and care of our hounds, our most valuable tool. Not only our best friend, but also our most valuable tool in our hunting exploits. A lot of people overlook the little things again when caring for their hound. Today, in the world of tick and flea-borne diseases, which become more and more prominent every day, it's important that we keep everything at bay. One little thing that I've found over the years is that a cow tag, the purple cow tags, are a big asset in keeping fleas and ticks off our hounds. This is important. They have a life expectancy on the dog for about 3 to 4 months. They're very inexpensive. They're about $2 a piece, and you can buy them online. They come in a little sealed package like this, so if you don't use them all at once, you can certainly just seal them back up. With a little zip tie around the collar, no problems with fleas or ticks. And they're also waterproof. A nice advantage over spending $40 or $50 for some of the products that are out there today without mentioning any names. Another little thing that I like to do is I like to add 7 Dust, which you can buy at any hardware store or feed store, that just sprinkle a little bit of that 5% 7 Dust in their bedding, which brings me to the point that I also like to use straw for bedding. Straw has been a great insulator as opposed to hay. And also sometimes what I'd like to do is add a cedar bed lining of about 2 inches underneath the straw to absorb any moisture that might be in their kennels. Just a few little tips on keeping the bugs away from the dogs. That 7 Dust, by the way, is also nice to use around your kennels. It'll also keep the critters at bay. So that's the tip of the day concerning fleas and ticks. But I'd also like to talk about transporting our hounds. A lot of people don't understand that more hounds die of suffocation in dog boxes than in almost any other way. Because if they don't have proper air in there, it's going to be the end of your most valuable tool, your hound. It's a good thing to do. I have extra holes built in mine on the leeward side of the box so that it's not accepting any cold air coming into the dog box during our winter months here in Maine. Sometimes we're transporting dogs and we're transporting them in the range of 0 degrees and sometimes below. So if they're not right in the truck with me, they're certainly in a box that's warm with straw bedding and enough ventilation as to keep them from suffocating. Nails are important. We talk about dogs' feet. If dog can't run, he can't hunt. So their nails need to be trimmed and trimmed often to keep the quick from growing out and their nails extending beyond where they should be. Especially in our snowy conditions and our ice conditions, it's very important that we keep those nails short. It'll help their feet and it'll help you continue to hunt on an ongoing basis without having to lay them up because of sore feet. Little things like that are what we like to discuss in these videos, because they're things that I've acquired over the years that have helped me. Worms. Let's keep the worms out of the dogs. Guys, hey, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to worm a dog. We got heartworms now that are killing dogs all over the country. It's something that we never had here in the north until our recent past. Let's get some ivermectin in there. Let's get some worm medication of your choice. If you got one dog and you want to give him a pill once a month to keep the worms at bay, fine. If you have more than that and you want to use some ivermectin and you know how to use it, which is, by the way, about 1/10 of a cc per 10 pounds of dog per body weight, then do that. I take a 50-pound dog and I use 1/2 a cc of ivermectin, and I don't have any heartworm problems of any kind. So just little things like that are important. We can go into them more at depth at a later time, but right now I just wanted to give an overview of what I do here to keep the dogs in the best possible condition. Dog food. Hey, we love our hounds. We want to feed them the best dog food, but let's get something, and if we're in a cold climate especially, let's get something in that 30 to 20 range. 30% protein, 20% fat, 27, 18, something that's got good value, because out in the cold, they're going to burn a lot of calories. I supplement the boiled chicken, which is also, by the way, deboned. That's very important. A chicken leg's got 2 bones in it, and of course your thighs only have 1. So make sure that if you do boil the chicken, debone it after boiling, and also save the juice, because that broth added to their dog food enhances their appetite. It's very important that we keep them hydrated. So what I normally do when I bring them dogs home, I make sure that they get water immediately, even before eating. Also, sometimes what we like to do is soak our dog food to give them some additional intake of moisture. That's important, because one of the things that happen up here in the north is that our water freezes. If you don't have heated water bowls, which most people don't, we water them 3 times a day and make sure they have sufficient amounts of water in addition to proper feed. Other supplementation I don't use personally, because I figure if I give them enough protein and fat, they'll do just fine. Which leads me to another topic, which is keeping some weight on your hounds. We want to keep more weight on them during those winter months, because of the fact they may be out overnight if it's possible, and we want to make sure that they have enough meat on them to keep them out of harm's way. Very important that we take care of our dogs. They're our life's blood, and we love them, and we want to keep them not only in the best of shape, but we want to keep them also safe from cars and every other danger that lays out there in the world for them. So take care of your hounds, and stay in touch. Please subscribe to my video. And in the future, I will have some tips. If you have any questions or comments about anything that we discussed today, please feel free to just contact me via email. The administrator will have that for you. And thanks again for viewing. I hope that in this somewhere, there's something that you picked up that may help you in the near future. Thank you so much for subscribing.